Enderal is an open-world action-adventure RPG developed by Shaw AI and is exclusive to PC. This game is a conversion mod of Skyrim, and let me tell you, if you love Skyrim and you're looking for something similar, this is about as good as it gets. With a brand new story in a Skyrim-type world, get excited. You'll begin your journey as a stowaway that experiences some very curious visions, along with some symptoms that you'll come to learn is a sort of magical awakening. Not strange enough in itself, except yours is way more intense and has occurred way later than it should have.
Yeah.
You'll meet a mercenary named Jasper who knows someone who might be able to help you if in return you help him out with a few tasks. Keeping his side of the deal, he'll accompany you to the glorious city of Ark, where you'll meet an array of interesting characters that will be able to shed some light on what's happening to you. You'll soon discover other events about to unfold, specifically a cleansing of sorts that is about to occur to the land of Enderal, and you play a destined role. Along with some key characters, you'll set out to learn about this cleansing, how it occurred in the past, and how to prevent it from happening again. On top of this very interesting story, the world of Enderal has its own lore, religion, history, and so on. So quite a refreshing game for those who love Skyrim and are feeling for a new world to experience. In similar fashion to Skyrim, Enderal consists of a main quest, along with countless side quests, a world to explore with caves and dungeons, and countless unique enemies to fight. The most impressive part about all of this is that in many ways Enderal has improved on what Skyrim originally offered, and I don't say that lightly. While the main story will take you about 30 odd hours to complete, a full playthrough where you experience all the game has to offer can easily take you over 100 hours. So is this game value for money? Yes. It's free. The only requirements are that you need to own a copy of Skyrim for the game to work. With a game that has so much content, it's hard to even know where to begin, but I'll start off with the exciting new world that you'll have to explore. While on a smaller scale than Skyrim, the world of Enderal is just as beautiful and interesting to explore. Featuring a large main city, dozens of smaller towns, and various biomes, all with a brand new set of NPCs with full, amazing voice acting, along with many new side quests and new dungeons. Like, this game seriously feels like Bethesda felt bad for making everyone wait 10 years for another single player Elder Scrolls game, so they made a Skyrim 2 just to keep everybody happy. Of course, not everything in Enderal is perfect, but they got it pretty darn close. Not only is there this new world with new NPCs and new quests, there's also an entirely new skill system for you to learn. The character leveling system remains the same, as performing actions will earn you XP that will level up your character, allowing you to improve your health, stamina, and mana. For your other skills, however, you level these up by reading books. You'll get learning and crafting points as you level up and through quests, and you'll use these points to read these books, which will increase that specific skill level by 1 point. The perk system has also been changed slightly, but is the same sort of concept. You'll use these memory points to unlock tiers that will grant you different bonuses or abilities. To be honest, I much prefer the Skyrim skill system, as I prefer to be rewarded when specifically using a skill, but at the same time this system isn't without its perks, as all of that hard-earned money you'll get will never go to waste. While I didn't find Enderal did as well as Skyrim in that aspect, they undeniably did so in other parts. The world of Enderal is incredibly detailed, much more so than Skyrim. Lots of little details have gone into the villages and the city, and even exploring out in the wild, you'll frequently stumble across unique structures. Understandably, Enderal is likely much more detailed due to its smaller map size, but it's still impressive nonetheless. Overall though, the world feels much more alive and organic over the vanilla Skyrim. The city of Ark is extremely impressive, and what I think a lot of us would have liked to have seen in Skyrim. It's a massive city split into several different areas, featuring a marketplace, slums, a noble area, several inns, a bank, 2 homes for purchase, many shops, and just has so much to explore. And again, back to that voice acting, it's done very well, especially in the city, where little comments made by people here and there has the world feeling much more alive. Fast travel has been removed from this game, and the only 2 ways to get around quickly are by paying to travel via a handful of these Myrat towers scattered around the land, or getting your hands on some scrolls to teleport to towns. In this way, the game forces you to explore, which can be great as you experience the world more, but also not so great when you've been playing for 40 odd hours and you just want to do the quests and not spend too much time traveling. Side quests I found to be top tier quality. There is an excellent range from haunted houses, murder investigations, hunting people down, finding items, puzzles to solve, and all of this with new and diverse NPCs that have loads of personality and interesting backstories. Lastly, I want to talk about some of the main characters in this game. I genuinely felt some sort of a connection with some of these characters, as the game has an excellent way of expressing their personality, having you gradually get to know them, discovering their history, and having them alongside you as you complete the main story. I find it quite rare to come across this in video games, so I was very impressed. Enderal has all the feeling and nostalgia associated with playing Skyrim, but does so while providing a whole new game experience, and that's why I loved it so much. Voice acting is excellent and just as good, if not better than Skyrim. And yes, while it wouldn't be difficult to make a game look good when you already have all of the building blocks there, they've exceeded expectations by using some very creative thinking to use the available elements to create brand new objects. For example, they combined a goat and a dragon to make a new flying animal. They've also done their own soundtrack, which again, beautifully done. It complements the game well and just really fits the mood of every scene. In a game where they could have just used the already available soundtrack, it's amazing what they've done. Lastly, in classic Skyrim fashion, the game tends to feel a bit clunky and awkward at times, and you will experience a few weird glitches, although nothing game-breaking. And if anything, this actually makes the game feel more like Skyrim. There is so much I loved about this game. Just the sheer effort that has gone into making this new world is something I really appreciated. As a massive fan of Skyrim, I love that it feels like people who loved and appreciated the game just as much as me have made this game. Like I said before, I didn't really like the new skill system. I found it was a little more complicated than I would have liked and heavily relies on the player having money, which might not suit everyone's playstyles. Following this, I found the lore and story of Enderal a bit hard to follow at times. Sometimes it went into a bit too much detail for my liking. I also would have preferred fast travel similar to Skyrim. I think if people want to avoid fast travel and have a more immersive playthrough, then they can choose to do that, but taking the option away frustrated me at times. When I get home from work, the last thing I want to do with my limited playtime is spend a lot of it traveling. Although in saying that, I can appreciate why they may have done it, as removing it would encourage more exploration. Obviously, I love the game, and I think if you love Skyrim, you need to try it. It's free and it's a no-brainer. Also, just to add on to all of this, if you do play it and love it, you can support the developers by donating on their website, which I'll link below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!